Hi, my name is Olivia Murray, and I have a question for you all. How would you feel if you knew your parents selected what your sex was before you were born? I'll be persuading you all on why it's unethical for parents to be allowed to choose the sex of their unborn children, and why it's detrimental to society as a whole. Parents should not be allowed to choose the sex of their unborn child because it's unethical, could lead to different gender bias in the community, and could divert resources from medically necessary IVT. So the first reason why you shouldn't be able to choose the sex of your unborn child is that it's very unethical. So according to an article called Birth, Issues in Parental Care, the two main reasons why parents want to know if what the gender of their child is one, if the child was conceived accidentally. So if the parents want to know if it's a boy or a girl, if that's a deciding factor on them keeping the child or not. And the parents, if they've already found out the gender of another child, they will want to know the gender of this child as well. So many sources state that it is biologically incorrect to mess with nature, and it should be up to Mother Nature to choose the sex of the unborn child. The sex of a child is chosen through genes and fertilization, and it is against nature to mess with genetics and biology because every child is created differently due to the parents. So the sex of a baby should be up to Mother Nature because it's unethical and goes against religious beliefs because every child is uniquely created, like I said, and shouldn't be modified genetically. If you are religious, this could go against what your religion stands for as well, so that's a different conflict of interest. And selecting the gender of your baby could be a good thing if you aren't religious or don't believe in ethical or unethical decisions, but you'd still be messing with other people's beliefs and ethical morals. The second reason why you shouldn't be able to select the gender of your child is it could lead to a gender bias, which could affect everyone globally. So parents should be able to select the sex of their child because it could lead to a gender surplus. There could be a lot more males and not a lot of females or vice versa, which could lead to issues with reproduction rates if society became very unequal. This could affect colleges and different education opportunities as well because there could be a lot more of one gender in different institutions, which could anger a lot of people and cause national uproar. A benefit to having parents select the sex of their child is that they could have the family that they would want, but the idea of a gender surplus makes it a poor decision overall. The third point revolves around IVF. First, IVF is the process of fertilization by extracting eggs, retrieving a sperm sample, and then combining the egg and the sperm in a lab dish. This is currently the only reliable way that parents are able to control their family in terms of selecting the sex of their child. Some insurance companies cover IVF, which makes it first come first serve at medical offices, which could be a bad thing for couples that need it just for fertilization in general. So if a woman just wants to become pregnant, this is a route they could take, but it could be taken away if other people are using all the IVF just to select the gender of their child. A quote states, "It's a for-profit industry, so if customers come in with desire for IVF, they're probably not going to turn them away because they want the profit just like any other company would for their product." A benefit is that there is a way for parents to select the gender, so it's out there and it's possible, but I wouldn't recommend doing this because you're taking IVF away from families that are just trying to have a child in general without the worry of it being a boy or a girl. So in conclusion, potential parents selecting the gender of a child goes against many beliefs and could potentially cause harm to a child with all the modifications being done to the embryo. Research has shown that there are more negatives than positives when it comes to selecting the gender. So I believe it would be wise to not select the gender of the child for health reasons. While I can see why being able to select the gender of your child could help you create your picture-perfect family, which everyone at the end of the day wants, parents should not be allowed to choose the sex of their unborn child because it's unethical, could lead to gender bias, and could divert resources away from medically necessary IVF.